Is there a new hope for Star Wars Battlefront 2? If there was ever a game that needed both a slap on the wrist and a helping hand, this would be the one. I think it's safe to say that Battlefront 2 is the biggest disappointment of 2017 for the entire industry. It has been a clown fiesta. EA silently butchered progression and introduced pay to win because that's what they do to their games these days. Well, excuse me, to their services these days. It's still a product I believe in though. There are some hidden gems in here. The gameplay, the starship combat, the hero system, the world. Battlefront 2 has the foundations to become a pretty good game actually. I believe this game can be resurrected from the dead, if nothing more, for the sake of having people enjoy Star Wars again. The loot box system is the first thing that needs to be retooled, and I say retooled and not removed because it's important to be realistic, to meet EA halfway. First and foremost, every single star card, weapon, and power upgrade needs to be removed from crates forever. Each and every one of these items just tips the balance of power from player to player, and that's very frustrating. The acquisitions of credits inside loot boxes could be instead used to fuel a brand new cosmetic-only system. There is a huge world of Star Wars lore to draw from to make this happen. I understand that the license of Star Wars prohibits EA from only going so far with this, but some concessions can be worked out. Different weapon tints to basic guns, trinkets that hang off your weapons, or engravings stenciled into barrels, hairdos, different kinds of gloves and helmets, skins for weapons and armors, emblems, stuff like that. They could even add in different color hues to blaster fire and do the same for lightsabers and hero special effects. Then let's throw in some costumes, right? Expand the current outfit system of the game, which is a freaking joke right now. All of these things would go a long way to appease players looking to add a little bit of flavor and a little bit of flair to their characters. After all, that's all we really want, to differentiate ourselves and be unique and pimp ourselves out a little bit. Now, to make this cosmetic system work and avoid pro-gambling habits, each and every piece of cosmetic loot should be available to purchase with real money or feasible to earn with in-game credits. Yes, the credits inside loot boxes could now purchase these things directly for a fair price, which is actually really fair. The next thing Battlefront 2 needs to do is design a new progression system to acquire those star cards, weapons, and heroes as we'd remove them from the previously discussed loot boxes. A system could be made where you obtain weapons, heroes, and star cards as you play the game akin to the current weapon acquisition. And unlike the current system though, the better you do in a match, the faster the progression on everything would be. The more you play, the more you get. The better you play, the more you get. This would encourage players to learn how to play Battlefront's objective game modes the way they were designed. Currently, the distribution of credits per the end of the match has nowhere near the variation needed. It's not uncommon to see the top ranking player earn just as much or only 10% more credits than the person on rock bottom. Better players deserve faster progression. The rarities of star cards should also be removed. It's simply pointless when most of the upgrades are straight line increases over prior cards. 10% more damage, 10% more range, 10% more of this or that. The only thing that this does is make players stronger than others. The star card system is something that should incentivize choice rather than a pursuit for raw power. Currently, the system does both, and that is wrong. Another option to replace star card rarities could be a mod system. Each base star card could have 3 different modifiers that you could select, each offering lateral improvements comparable to the base ability. Imagine a thermal grenade having more splash damage yet less impact damage, or less damage but a small blind effect, or less impact range but a small damage over time added. The result is choice, offering different playstyles for each and every class, which helps create that uniqueness that every player craves. The goal of the game should be about enjoying yourself, progressing our characters to earn heroes, guns, and star cards, and choosing our favorite setups, not in being boosted into a higher power level by a spreadsheet. There's nothing wrong in replicating successful progression systems from other shooters, and balancing the game in real time based off player feedback. It is critical as well to adjust the way players get matched up in game. Currently, it's unknown how the matchmaking system works. Some have said by your class level, others have said by loadout. The great thing about removing star card rarities is that players could be matched on their class levels, therefore having people of similar star card and weapon loadouts competing against one another. Simple fix, yet with far-reaching benefits. The last thing I posit a change to is the squad system. Currently, you spawn with a group of random people and then run off wherever you want. Outside of the officer buff, there's really not a reason to stay together with your group. I'd like to see a squad system put in place similar to, I guess, Battlefield, where you can spawn on friendlies and deploy mobile spawn units. This would encourage teamwork and go a long way speeding up the hassle of walking all the way back to a fight, which can take a while on maps like Endor and Hoth. EA could then increase the bonuses for completing objectives when group members are nearby, and more importantly, introduce future star cards that have synergy. Synergies between classes like weapon buffs, healing, etc. Imagine having a star card that gives you increased damage to targets marked by the thermal goggles of a specialist, or a star card that allows you to activate a cloaking device for your entire squad or nearby snipers. Currently, there is no cross-class synergy, absolutely none, but the possibilities are endless. Also, yeah, EA, go ahead and, if you can, very kindly, please, pretty please with a cherry on top, go ahead and add in Galactic Conquest. You're about 2 games too late, thank you very much. I think the ironic part about this video is that these suggestions are very basic. What is wrong with the game is clear as the sun, the fix is obvious. It's doable, feasible, and practical, nothing I recommended is improbable. The time for complaining is over. Let's start the process of fixing this game. Join me in being part of the solution. If you guys have any other recommendations to fix Battlefront 2, I'd like you to drop them in the comments section. And if you feel like Battlefront 2 cannot be fixed, then comment as well, just tell us why. I will compile the suggestions and feedback and send them to EA. Thanks for watching, my cool peeps. We'll see you in our next video. Peace, love, and happiness till then.